We are focused on restoring neurological function in the nervous system. And we are using both biotechnology, as I've defined it, and also traditional pharmaceutical chemistry. So anything that we can find or combine to get these effects is what we're doing. So for example, using more traditional pharmaceutical chemistry, we've developed a drug, and with the help of other people before we were even a company who had first made the insight, that restores the ability of nerves to transmit information in diseases like multiple sclerosis. Multiple sclerosis, the immune system attacks your nerves and strips them of their insulation. If you think of the nervous system as really a bunch of cables and wires, which is really what it is, transmitting electrical impulses and information back and forth like a giant telephone network. In multiple sclerosis and diseases like it, the insulating material called myelin around these wires is stripped or destroyed. And what happens when you take the insulation off a wire in a cable? It short circuits. It doesn't transmit anymore. Same thing happens in the nervous system. So the drug that we've developed, called Fampridine SR, we've shown that it is able to restore the ability of these nerves to conduct information, to conduct electricity. It basically boosts the signal so that even though the insulation's not there, it overcomes the conduction block and the nerve works again. And what that leads to is the ability to walk better. So people with multiple sclerosis who progressively lose their ability to walk properly, and ultimately many of them wind up in wheelchairs, are able to walk better. And that's something that currently there is no drug that does that. We're now applying to the Food and Drug Administration, the FDA, for permission to market the drug, and they'll be receiving that application soon. We have what's called a monoclonal antibody. Now this is, people have heard of antibodies, they're part of the immune system, but this particular antibody was discovered by a very smart group of scientists at the Mayo Clinic to serve a signaling function. So these antibodies, they don't, as far as we know, they don't actually serve an immune function. They target places on the cells that make the insulation. We talked about the insulation on the nerves that's destroyed in MS. Well, they target those cells and they turn them on. They switch them on so that they make new myelin. And what's been shown in preclinical studies or animal studies, in animals that have MS-like diseases or conditions, this antibody restores the myelin. It repairs it so that the nerves are actually repaired. And that's, again, something that is not available today therapeutically. We're working to take that antibody into human clinical trials to see if it will restore myelin in people the way it does in the animal studies.